Hello, everybody. This is Joel, aka Bourbon Dingo, and welcome to episode 6 of my Let's Play Crusader Kings. Last episode, we installed our niece onto the throne of Dyfed, and before we did that, we had married our brother off, just to make sure our brother, that is not his child. It's the child of our third brother. So, or second brother. And right now we're still just waiting on a claim and hoping that Norway doesn't turn its attention to us. Taking a quick look around, it seems that they've finished off their succession crisis issue. Yeah, there's a truce for that. Let me take a look real fast. Oh, there is a new heir. Because Duke Olav of Oslandet died. When did he die? He died of an infected wound. You can see here he was wounded and infirm. Which meant that Prince Magnus, who had started up the succession war, is now in line for succession. So, and he's insane. Well, that'll end well. Alright, taking a quick look around, we can see that not a whole lot is too different than what's normal. Some splintering going on in the Russian area. The Muslims are pushing up a little bit into the Byzantine Empire. Genoa, Pisa has taken... Actually, I don't know. I don't think this is something they start with right here. Normally by now I've seen the republics spreading out a bit more. And haven't quite caught that yet. I guess Pisa right here is at least the only one that's really spreading out. Muslims have taken some, but the King of Leon seems to be pressing back into them down here. And there's some internal strife in France. But other than that, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to go ahead and move him back into our territory. One of the things to remember about your troops is you're paying for your troops while they're out. It may be a small amount, but you are paying for them. And so you want to disband them when you don't need them. Just don't disband them in someone else's territory or in your own territory while there are enemies in it. Because you take a loss. As we can see here, if I go over here to disband him while he's still in Dyfed, you can see that due to not being in friendly territory, only 332 of the 673 troops will return home. And we don't want that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to jump up to 3. Okay. A daughter was born to my second son. And since I'm above the age of 50 now, or at least exactly 50, and infirm, I don't know that my king is going to last very long. Alright, and here's another child in line of succession. Will ap Llewellyn. We're getting closer to that 120. Let's go ahead and disband them. This is just letting us know we raised the vassal levies too long. Still our title loss on succession, but we're getting a little bit closer. That might be how we... That might be something we do this episode, is change over to primogeniture. The weak claim is still letting us know that we can attempt to claim Scotland, but that's not a fight I want to pick right now. And we have a child who needs a guardian. We'll go ahead and let Nest here do it. She has a decent diplomacy and she's Welsh, which will allow us to make sure that if we get any really good daughters who we want to keep in to help educate our children, that we can keep a Welsh king on the throne, or sorry, a Welsh king on the dukedom right now, or a Welsh duke on the throne right now, but a Welsh king when we actually successfully start fabricating claims. Let's get started again. Once we jump up to 120, which we just hit right there, we go ahead and come in here, and we're going to build the upgrade to the castle village. And as you can see, what it did was it jumped our 1.5 up to 3.5. After we get this 3.5, the next goal is to build a regular castle village. Okay, we've stolen some more technology. But once we get up to get this built, we're going to start saving up to 100. Since I'm such a diligent person, I make sure that everything is as good as it can be. When it comes to fighting my fighting men, I can focus on one of two things: more soldiers or better morale. Well, currently we're not going to be picking any fights with anybody who's bigger than us, so better morale is the most important. Like I was saying, our next goal is to get to the point where we can build castle villages in both Matherfall and I believe Rudlin. Yeah, Rudlin. But once again, we're up to a waiting game. At some point, what I may end up doing is going back a little bit on my promise of sticking to a 3 for better viewability, and start jumping up to a 4 until things start happening that we need to focus a little bit more on. But I think I'm going to hold off on that a little bit. Now we need to get a child educated. We need 2 children educated now. As the last educator we placed with... our daughter just died, so let's go ahead and find her someone else. We're going to try to keep her with a good Welsh educator, but I'd like to attach her to we'll do that. I don't like the... No, we won't. He has great pox. You know what? We're going to go ahead and educate her in this instance. In fact, I'm going to educate both of them. It's not quite as important, but you get to make a lot of choices for their education, and we can move them towards being better. Seeing another woman behind my spouse's back is becoming quite troublesome for me. Yeah, because you're infirm. The lies tear at my soul, and my longing to be with my lover is almost too much. It's time to end such affairs and settle down. You lost that loving feeling. There's a chance that you gain the chaste trait. It'll work out if I give more effort. I could become stressed, which would move us a little bit closer to being dead. We can lose that loving feeling for our lover, or have a fallout with a spouse. This is, you will have a fallout with a spouse, and there's a chance you gain lustful or cruel. I think it's time we separate ourselves from my daughter-in-law. Being infirm, it's a bit too much work to actually have that happen, even though we are lustful. But I think it's time to end it. Okay. I don't know what has happened lately. No matter what my lover does, I feel irritated and actually started to avoid her. Our relationship brings me only irritation. It is as if we have grown apart. Okay, good. I didn't lose lustful, which means it's possible it could still happen again. But at least this time there might be a chance that it happens with somebody who's not my daughter-in-law. Let's take a quick look. We have a righteous imprisonment query up here. My wife seeks to kill my daughter-in-law. Okay. Her opinion of me hasn't changed, so she hasn't found out about it. Not sure why she wants to kill my daughter-in-law. What we're going to do in this instance is tell our loving wife to abandon the plot. She's depressed, which isn't good, but hopefully she'll be able to overcome that. Alright, we'll get the clock started again. Okay, our wife has decided to end her plot, and as you can see, the notification up here for a righteous imprisonment has gone away. My loving daughter Hunid is concerned that she's still not married. This was the widow of King Malcolm of Dunkeld. Let's go ahead and see. There's King Duncan II of Scotland. Prince Malcolm of Scotland. She is 34. She only has about 10 years left of childbearing age. So what we're going to do is marry her to someone who is of age. Well, she's already once married to a Scottish prince. Let's go ahead and send her off to Dolphin, the Earl of Cumberland. He's homosexual, gluttonous, greedy. Well. Actually, I think we'll use her the same way we did last time. Let's go look for somebody who's close to passing away, or has the possibility of passing away, and see if we can't pull in some more free courtiers when he passes away. Send her to the court chaplain of Glamorgan. That'll be the second daughter we've sent off to Glamorgan. Alright, my grandson Taganwi is modest and humble, never showing off or bragging. Quietly encourage Taganwi. He gains the trait humble, and he likes us a little bit more. Thank Jesus for Taganwi's virtues. We gain 5 piety, and there's a chance that he could become proud or wroth. And that's no way to get ahead. He has a chance of gaining proud and a chance of losing humble. Well, I think we don't mind him being a little humble. As you can see, you can check where your wards are right here. And we can see that at the age of 6, he's gained humble, which gives him a +1 monthly piety. Checking intrigue real fast. We can hold a feast if we want, but I'm not. I'm actually saving up towards that next 100 gold. You can also invite people to your court. And one thing I may end up doing here shortly is inviting some more debutantes to my court, because I believe I'm actually at a shortage of female courtiers. Got one. Well, single female courtiers anyway. We may end up doing that at some point. Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to pause real quick. And so we're going to bring up our laws. I've been reigning for 10 years, and because now I've been reigning for 10 years, and he's close to his, likely getting closer and closer to death, we're going to go ahead and change over to primogeniture. In a primogeniture, the oldest child of the ruler will inherit all titles. Your successor will like the law, but other members of your dynasty will slightly disapprove. Slightly, except for those who are in direct succession behind them, they will very much disapprove. But this will allow us to start keeping all of our titles, and it's a little bit easier to manage them. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to switch over to primogeniture. Hit OK. And we've automatically done it over. One of the things we just popped up now, however, is that in Gavelkind, whenever your sons don't have land, it doesn't matter. However, in primogeniture, when your sons don't have land, they dislike it a little bit. So what they want is they want to be a landed courtier with you, and right now we can't do that. So we're going to go ahead and kick that away. Get started up again, but as you can see, our heir for the Duchy of Gwynedd now is basically direct line of succession now. It goes to my son, then it goes to his first son, then it goes to his first son. Okay, we just gotten some coin from our Aeon, our steward. Okay, my daughter Elwood is aiming for the stars, the ambitious little brat. Since she is not in the direct line of succession, I'm going to... Well, I'm ambitious. I would like her to be ambitious. And so my daughter has become ambitious, which is a +2 to all of her skills. As you can see, she's turning out a little bit better than her niece, her nephew, I think. Yeah. But as I said, what we're waiting on right now is for that wealth to jump up to 100. King Harold is still kicking. He's been wounded recently, though. Okay. Llewellyn just had another son. He named it after his father. He's still stark raving mad. He has a good son, though. This is honestly the least activity I've ever had when it comes to getting fabrication of claims and such. I apologize for the lack of war. Okay, we have another plot pop up where my nephew, who I don't really like, and he doesn't really like me. As you can see, he has a claim on our duchy. Wants to kill his brother? Yeah, he wants to kill his brother because currently his brother has the possibility of inheriting this duchy. Now, his brother is honest, just, he's a good character. Much more so than him. He's also ambitious, and that's probably one of the things that's doing it. We're going to go ahead and... I don't really like him, and I have a reason to imprison him with righteously. He's not married to anyone of my family, and he may be a problem later on. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and use the evidence we found of him trying to kill his brother and toss him into prison. Idwal is now safely locked away in my dungeon, awaiting his fate. As you can see, we've gotten a few more options for him. We can execute him, but that costs us opinion with our vassals and 20 piety. We can banish him, which he doesn't have any money or any titles. So there's no penalty for doing this for us right now, but there's no real reason to. As you can see, there's a rebellion in Ossory over here. There's some more troops moving in York because he is now taking part of the Swedish Holy War for Samogitia right here. Cadogan feels I risk too much with my escapades and tried to persuade me to stop risking my life. Probably because I'm going out hunting while being infirm. My son doesn't like that too much. He probably loves me right now for the succession change. We've stolen some more technology, so gotten improved keeps. As you can see, we jump out. He doesn't like us nearly as much anymore, and it's because he's lost 70 opinion with us over the changed primogeniture. Okay, my son had another daughter. I think what we're going to do to liven this up a little bit is, and also to get Ossory to like us a bit more, we're going to go ahead and raise our fleet. And what we're going to do is we're going to move them both into Gwynedd, and we're also going to raise all of our troops. We're going to combine them. Okay, my daughter was bitten by a snake this morning. The brave little fool keeps seeking out danger. That's my last, which gains me 5 prestige. Gains her brave, and she likes us more. Praise her bravery to everyone. And 3 of my courtiers dislike the fact that I'm bragging, and she gains a little prestige. Or I caution that caution must temper courage, and there's a chance she'll gain craven and brave. Well, I'm brave, so I'd like it that she's brave. All right, we're going to combine these. Then we're going to combine our ships and embark our troops onto the ships. Swing them out to there. The reason I'm doing this, I can walk all the way around and come up to here. The reason I'm doing this is it's a bit faster and we won't incur quite as long vassal level penalties. But what we're going to do is we're going to march them into there, and we're going to actually help take it. Now, one thing I've heard that you should do, and I'm not going to do it, but it's that since rebel armies are always just totally in the middle, that you should stack everybody into the middle. Actually, go ahead and auto balance that with no problem, and we'll go ahead and just let them attack this way. But this will endear us to Ossory a little bit. The local dignitary is visiting with his pretty young wife. She wears a shining necklace, apparently the same kind of priceless family heirloom. While he prattles on, your mind begins to wander. Suppose the bauble was to disappear. This could prove an excellent opportunity to better your skill at intrigue. This is popping up our ambition, which was to improve our intrigue. Stage the theft of the necklace, or no, it'd be too cruel. I'm kind. I wouldn't do that. Go look at combat here. As we can see, their morale broke pretty early. That tends to be the case with rebels, and we'll go ahead and move these guys back. While we're moving them back, we two children that need. She's a hunchback, so we're going to go ahead and just choose anyone to help train her. We'll send Millicent to train her. And then we have Prince Dugald of Scotland. We're actually going to try to make sure he gets a good training on the off chance that I can bring him into Scotland. I don't want him to be a good ruler. Let my son train him. Alright, everybody's back. We're going to go ahead and disband the armies. And realistically, what we just did was something you would never do. But I decided to liven up this episode a little bit. And as you can see, he likes us quite a bit more for defeating the rebels. And this could help in case, on the off chance we decide to marry someone off to him. And this will help in our alliance just in case we need him to come help us. So we've endeared ourselves. Alright, we're currently having a small banquet. We're wondering if we should invite one of our friends. Of course we should invite one of our friends. I rushed around trying to get everyone to work harder, not smarter, to get everything ready for the banquet. And when the guests started to arrive, I waited impatiently for Mayor Peer, but I still did my best to make sure every guest felt welcome and found its designated place at the table. He told me how much my invitation had made him. He told me how glad my invitation had made him. That means he likes me more, I like him more. Which was already pretty one-sided. I got robbed again, because I like going out riding even though I'm infirm. But we're going to go ahead and build the castle, village, and palace. Start increasing our profit a little bit more. As you can see, we've jumped up to an 11.2 profit in Aberfraw right now. My grandson Taganwi hardly eats anything for fear of turning fat. Temperance is a virtue. He gains the trait temperance, and he likes us a little bit more. We can brag about him at court. Once again, this will make everybody at court dislike us, and he'll gain a little bit of prestige. Thank Jesus for Taganwi's virtues. He gains 5 piety, and there's a chance he gains gluttonous, or he must learn to enjoy life. There's a high chance of gaining gluttonous, a chance of gaining temperate. I'm not really gluttonous. I think we'll just say that temperance is a virtue and have him become temperate. Right, we moved into 1079, and my grandson is becoming ambitious, and since I'm ambitious, I'll let him be ambitious. We're moving into 1079. I'm still waiting for a claim. Since we've reached 1079, I'm going to go ahead and move him over to Glamorgan again. We haven't seen any increase in chance of this coming up, but I also haven't seen any proof that it doesn't work, so we're going to keep it going until then. Okay, Mad Dog wants a fife. We don't have anything for him. If by 1080 we haven't secured a fabrication on this claim, what I may do is jump the speed up a little bit and cut the video until we've gotten a claim, or until something exceptional has occurred, such as him passing away or our heir changing or something of that nature. Yeah, I believe to spice up the videos a little bit during these long stretches of nothing, while I'm waiting for gathering money and such, I'm going to jump the speed up until we get to events. Alright, I would ask, why do people die? Because they are too carefree. There's a chance she gains patient, craven, or slothful. Everyone dies. She gains brave or arbitrary. Or it's all part of God's plan. She gains honest or proud. Well, I'm brave, so I wouldn't say they are too carefree. Everyone dies sooner or later. That could very well be what I say. Yeah, everyone dies sooner or later. She has gained the brave trait. Oh, and she's ill. That's not good. Hopefully she recovers from that. She's turning out fairly well. Alright, we're going to, like I said, jump the speed up a little bit. Okay. He's made one of my bishops happier. Okay. Castle Village has been built. A rumor about a spy has been sneaking around in my own castle is confirmed this morning when I caught him red-handed. I'm not concerned. Behead him, or I will kill him with my bare hands. I'm not concerned. Gain some piety. Behead him. Makes the church dislike me a little bit, but I gain some martial bonus, or I will kill him with my bare hands. I'm brave, and even though I'm infirm, I'm also ambitious. Yeah, I'm going to go kill him with my bare hands. Okay. Another son has been born to Llewellyn. Alright, there's another plot that has popped up where my daughter-in-law seeks to kill... Okay, the wife of the person that's in prison now seeks to kill the same person the husband attempted to kill. So what we're going to do is do the exact same thing to her. We're going to toss her in prison. They can share a prison cell. Okay. And one of my grandsons has just come of age. He's okay across the board. We're going to hold off on marrying him just in case. Once again, the bishop has made my relationship a little bit better. The smallest spider makes my grandson Taganwe squeal. Spiders, I can't abide them either. I'm brave. That wouldn't happen. Some fears are good, but there are limits. I'm brave. That wouldn't happen either. Fear is the mind killer. He loses the crate trave, and there's a chance he gains brave. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And as you can see, he gained brave. And what we're going to do is let this run fast up until probably 1082, and we'll call it quits there. The cook complained to me about my daughter's ale with temper tantrums. Apparently she punched the cook's son in the face again. She gains the trait Wrath, and she likes me more. She has a chance of gaining the trait Patient and losing Wrath. Or we can pray for her soul, which we would gain some piety, and she would have a chance of losing the trait Wrath. I'm kind. I don't want her punching people in the face. I would rather her be more patient. If we take a look real fast, we can see that she lost Wrath, but she didn't gain Patient. We need to set a guardian for one of our dynasty members. Go ahead and look for someone Welsh. He doesn't like us. I'm going to go ahead and just let him tutor her, because it'll increase his opinion of us. We've stolen some more technology. Alright, we've gotten another 100 gold, so what we're going to do over here is we're going to go and start building the castle village there. He wants a fief of his own to govern. He is not ready, because we still haven't gotten any claims yet. Okay. One of our son-in-laws died, so we're going to do exactly what we always do, which she may not actually come back, because her son is actually the count of, or the duke of that area. But we'll still send the attempt the invite. Yeah, she won't come back. Okay. When guests arrive, my grandson Taganwe is the first to greet them and shower them with questions. The child clearly has potential. He'll gain gregarious. Introduce him to everyone at court. We're bragging some more, so they don't like us quite as much. Gain piety that he isn't shy, and there's a chance that he gains shy, or this child is annoying and he has a higher chance of gaining shy. This child clearly has potential. He'll gain gregarious. He's turning out pretty well. I fear my daughter is too cynical for her age, and as we looked before, I wasn't zealous, and I'm not cynical, but not that interested in theology. So, she is clear-sighted. She'll gain the trait cynical, and she'll like us more, and nothing the strap won't cure. I don't have any problem with her being cynical. Okay. Our village has been built. We're going to go ahead and educate this child. Once again, I think we'll just send her off to Elgatha. We're up to 50 gold. I believe in Gwynedd. We're going to go ahead and upgrade the wooden palisade to the low stone wall. It'll increase our fort levels. It'll give us a little bit more of a levy size, and it'll increase how much money we're making there. And we're going to go ahead and drop my speed back down again and follow this slowly into 1082, and once we reach 1082. Now this is in our direct line of succession, so we need to actually pay good attention to who educates him. And what we're looking for here, I'm going to look at a high stewardship. We want, believe I'm going to have Mayor of Radnor teach him. The only thing bad he has is envious. But he has a level 4 Midas touched. A lot of people will say that you can allow your, if you allow your ruler to teach them, they could turn out better, but they'll have better traits, but since my stats aren't that high, his stats won't turn out as well. If I get a ruler with really good stats, I'll make it a point to keep trying to do that. Once again, Madog, my trusting child, has found a bandit who he doesn't believe is a hedge knight, so we clearly don't believe that he's a hedge knight. Alright, my falconer wants me to go hunting again, and I will very much do so. So I apologize, the last 5 episodes have basically been nothing but me hunting. We're going to go ahead and swap our Chancellor back over to Gwent, and hopefully during the next episode we'll still get some fabrications on the claim. Right now it's mostly watching our family grow. We'll take care of this, and then I'm going to go ahead and call it quits. So the most illustrious Duke Bledin I, the good burghers of Caernarfon are barely able to pay their taxes. Their coffers are empty. I humbly ask that you lower the taxes for your cities. I don't know how much longer I'm going to live, and these taxes are relatively important to what we're doing right now. We're going to say that this is, first off, we said very well it would drop our taxes down from normal taxes to minimum taxes. But they would like us a little bit more. The problem is that I would rather disappoint them and keep our taxes at where they're at. So we're going to say that it's an absurd request. Alright, it's the 22nd of February in 1082. We've continued and even jumped up on speed in hopes of getting a fabrication on a claim. If you've played before, you know how unlikely it is that I've gone this long without seeing a claim. But it is what it is, and I'm still going to attempt to play this until the end, even if that means that we're playing with a small kingdom the entire time. But in that case, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go, and I'll likely be putting up another episode later on tonight. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.